Alright, now we'll study about the leads used. Three types of leads used. First are the bipolar limb leads. Second is the augmented leads. Third is the unipolar chest leads. Alright, these are the three types of leads which are used. Okay, so I'll tell you how they are kept, arranged. Suppose this is a human being's body. Very nice long hands, definitely not mine. Alright, and long legs, definitely not yours. Let's not define the sex of this individual. Alright, I think it will be better. It's just a person. Alright, so first we will place the bipolar limb leads. Okay, bipolar limb leads are 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so how it is placed is you have to remember the placement, and there is some physics and mathematics applied here which you needn't put your head into right now, but if you're interested you may read and understand more, or you can ask me. But for the sake of quick learning and getting a proper concept and on a short amount of time, you need to remember how these leads are placed. So there is limb lead 1, whose positive pole is placed here. Okay, on this is the left side, this is left arm, this is right arm. Okay, positive is placed here on the left, negative is placed here on the right. In books you'll see a line between the positive and the negative, and then lead 1 written. It's actually that line actually represents the axis of this lead, not the lead. It's the axis of the lead. It's an imaginary line, so this is represented as lead 1. Okay, then lead 2 has its positive pole here on the left leg. Okay, left leg, a negative pole on the right arm. Then again you can draw the axis. Okay, this is lead 2. Lead 3, it has its positive pole here on the left leg and negative pole here on the left arm. So you can just write here. Okay, then you can join these. This is your lead 3. Okay, so don't get confused why I have written in left one positive and negative. Don't think that these leads work together in coordination. Just see this lead as a singular thing. When you see lead 1, just see lead 1. When you see lead 2, just see lead 2. When you see lead 3, just see lead 3. So you can define its individual pole at a time. Alright, so this is how the limb leads are placed. Okay, the augmented leads are placed also along with the limb leads. You have AVL here, AVR here, and AVF here. Alright, with their positive pole represented at the point where I have already written them. Okay, positive pole here on the left, AVR has positive pole on here on the right, and AVF has positive pole here on the left leg. Okay, and then comes the chest leads. I'll explain you right now. Also remember, when I'm saying AVF has positive pole here, you'll be thinking where is its negative pole. The circuit has to be complete, right? So according to calculation of the particular triangle made, okay, the calculations have been made and they have determined that the center Okay, the center, where almost where the heart is placed, that center is actually a zero potential point. Okay, so that center is considered actually a zero potential point. Okay, that is used to be in a relative manner, that is considered as a negative point for the leads whose negative points I haven't defined. Okay, in order to complete the circuit. All right, so that after doing a lot of calculation and thing, they have determined this point, this where I've written 0, it is zero potential point. They use it accordingly whenever required as a negative potential point. All right, this is the placement of the first two types of lead, the bipolar and the augmented. Then I'll tell you the unipolar chest leads. So the unipolar chest leads are placed across the chest. Oh, I forgot to mention. So on a vertical axis, so this is the heart. On a vertical axis, okay, the electrical impulse can be read through the limb leads and the augmented leads. On a horizontal axis, the impulses are read through the chest leads. All right. So we'll talk about the chest leads. There are 6 chest leads. All right. So how they are placed? 6 chest leads are V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. Alright, so how are they placed? You know, this is sternum. Okay, this is the jugular notch. You can feel it on your body. An inch below that, you will find the angle of the sternum. Okay, so this angle is very prominent, and just below this angle, this is the first rib. Okay, this is the second rib. All right, and this is the third rib, fourth, fifth. Okay, then sixth. Okay, sixth, seventh, whatever. So this is the first rib, second rib, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, and these are the respective intercostal spaces. This is beneath the first rib, first intercostal space, second intercostal space, third, fourth, fifth, respectively on each side. So just this is that angle of the sternum. You can feel it, and just below that you have the second intercostal space. Okay, so from there you will start counting. You'll trace through your fingers and reach the fourth intercostal space. On the fourth intercostal space, on the right side, you will place V1. Okay. And on the fourth intercostal space on the left side, you will place V2. Okay. Then you need to know first the placement of V4. Okay. V4 is placed in the fifth intercostal space. Here, V4. The V3 is placed between V2 and V4. V3. Alright. Then you will V4. Acha. I'm sorry. V4 is actually placed. Where will you place the V4? V4 you will actually calculate from the mid clavicular angle. This is the clavicle. Take a mid clavicular line. You will estimate the mid clavicular line. Mid clavicular line. There you will place the V4. Okay. And between V2 and V4 you will place the V3. Then where will you place the V5? V5 will be placed in anterior axillary line. V6 in the mid axillary line. Okay, V5, V6. Okay, anterior axillary line, mid axillary line. So to sum it up, you can say V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. V1 you just saw on the right, fourth intercostal space, fourth intercostal space. V2 left fourth intercostal space. V4 mid clavicular line on the fifth intercostal space. Fifth ICS. V3 is between V4 and V2. V5 on the anterior axillary line on the fifth intercostal space. V6 on the mid axillary line on the fifth intercostal space. Alright, clear? That was about your leads. So your limbs and limb leads and augmented leads along the vertical plane, they will detect the impulse, and these chest leads, these are your chest leads, will detect the impulses along the horizontal plane or transverse section. Okay,